Right, this is a riving brake, and we're going to rive a log of chestnut, which we just cut the other day, into laths to make trellis work for the front of a chicken house instead of using chicken netting. Right, Hugh, can you explain what's going on here?
So this is the piece of chestnut we cut. We peeled the bark off it, and then we're going to use the froe to start the split right down the middle of the log, and then use the riving brake to control the way the crack develops through the log. And then we're going to keep splitting the pieces into halves until we end up with pieces that are approximately 2 centimeters by 1 centimeter. This one's actually quite knotty, so we're going to try and split it. Well, make the first split in a way that goes between the knots. So I'm probably going to split it like this. Eventually we'll have to go through some knots when we get into the smaller bits. Anyway. So I'm just starting the split right through the central pith there. Okay. So you can see the cracks come down to about there. And it's pretty much in the middle. But if anything, this side is slightly thinner. So what you want to do is have the thicker side on the bottom. If you're trying to get the crack to go right down the middle, then keep the thicker side on the bottom and then put pressure on the thicker side. So you want to be pulling this down here, or pushing on the froe. Once you get the froe further in, you can get your fingers in here and actually pull on it. But for now, you just have to push on the froe and lever at the same time. And when it's this thick, you need to use quite a lot of pressure. Okay, so the crack has come down a little bit actually. I'm trying.
That's quite central.
Quite central for now. So I'll just do that again.
It was just going around that knot, I think.
Yeah. It's very slippery when the bark's been taken off it.
And it's been wet. It's been raining, so it's wet. Doesn't help.
Okay, I'm going to need to get this froe a bit further in. Ow. Oh, man. That's actually fairly good. Don't need to do any adjustments to that. Okay. So you can see a bit knotty, which is why that was so difficult. But it's split right down the centre, so that's good. And then we'll split these in half again. Again, right through the middle of the pith there. And so far the crack has followed the pith quite nicely down to there. So back in the riving brake, just twist the froe. Actually, you can see on this side that the split is starting to go up quite far up like that. So I'm going to try and pull on the thick part on the bottom here and try and deflect the crack back again. In fact, I might push down on the froe like this.
Didn't work.
It didn't work perfectly. I think the bottom half is really thick, so I'm struggling to get enough pressure on it. Also, the fact that it's slipping around in this brake, not making life any easier. But okay, so I can pull with my left hand.
It's also a question of exactly where you position the crack.
Yeah.
On the riving brake.
I mean, that was complete crap. Although, no, maybe
It'll be
not.
alright. It's okay to hit the other side.
I mean, they're uneven, but then the actual centre of the log is, well, the pith and the log is off centre anyway. So
So still followed that.
it's actually quite good. It has followed the pith all the way down.
So we're going to split one of those in half as well and see if that
Yeah.
demonstrates.
Hopefully now we'll be able to actually demonstrate controlling a crack. So what we're aiming for is a lath which is about 2 centimetres by 1 centimetre, without any sapwood on it. So that's just over 5 centimetres. So if I don't include the sapwood, well, so again just over 4. So I'll probably mark out the 2 centimetre point there and just try and split that off. It'll be roughly halfway. Yeah, I'll do it just over 2 centimetres because I don't want to split this too unevenly. If you try and split a thin piece off a thick piece, then the crack will just run away to the thin side really, really quickly. Okay, that looks good so far. It's probably going to split off that way. So I'll put it in this, which with what I think is going to be the thick side on the bottom. Okay, so that's come down, but that's just it going around the knot probably.
Yeah, it's going back up
Should
again.
go back up on the other side. Okay, that has actually come down. You can see where the grain lies like that, and it started off at the top of this, well, below this brown band here, and then it's gone down to the one below it. So that means you need to turn it over and try and get the crack to go back down again.
So always put pressure on the fat side,
Yeah.
the thicker side.
So you can see I'm actually using my hand in here to pull on it. Okay, so that, yeah, so you can see now that the crack, it came down towards the bottom there and deflected it back a little bit, partly again because there was another knot here, but it's not too bad now, so I'm going to keep it this way up in fact. Yeah, the crack is fairly consistent. Get that out of the way. Yeah, you can see it's keeping it between those two brown lines there. There we go. Well, that was fairly straightforward in fact. They're a little bit bent, but that's just because it's got knots in it.
It's rustic.
Yeah. So I'll try and split these in half. And I'll measure them first. So, again, without the sapwood, just over 4 centimetres. So actually, I'm just going to split it down the middle. I'll offset it a little bit. I think I can get away with a little bit of offset, and that'll make one of them hopefully around 2 centimetres. Now, when it starts getting this thin, you only need to put the froe in a tiny bit, and the crack can split off to the side straight away if you're not careful. So you don't want the froe to be in too far, but it's got to be in far enough that you can actually use it in the break. So you can see that this is uneven. You've got a slightly thicker piece on this side and a thinner one on that side, so the danger is that this crack's going to come off like that, and it has actually started to split off. You can see it was on the left hand side of this white band to start with, and it's crossed over to the right hand side now. So I'm going to put the thick bit on the bottom like that, and then press down on the froe and twist at the same time, and so you can see it's come back down to the bottom of that white band now. And now I'll just try and get it to go straight. Oop, that's gone way too far. You see how that's crossed right off the white band there. and it's gone down, so you gotta turn it round, try and get it to come back again. There we go. So now it's come back up like that, and it's roughly where I want it to be now, so I'm not going to put pressure on either side. I'm just going to have to throw, well, the piece of wood out of the break and just twist it like that. So this is getting very thin here, so you need to get this exactly in the middle, otherwise by the time you've actually got the throw in, the crack will have completely run off in the wrong direction. Already it's running off towards this side here, but I've got the throw in. And you want to be very careful about how much you press down when you're doing it with such thin pieces, because they break really easily. So I'm just putting a little bit of pressure on it with my hand to guide it along through the middle. Now it starts to go down too much, so I'm going to flip it over and do the same on the other side.
There's still a knot there, of course.
Yeah.
And this side is going down.
Is it?
A lot.
Oh yeah. Right. Okay, I'm going to try and do that. Go through the knot without putting pressure on either side. Like that. Okay, so on that side, you can see this side's much thicker than that one. So I'm going to put the thick side on the bottom and pull on it.
As we said earlier, it's obviously the best idea to avoid using pieces with knots at all, but sometimes you can't. You can still make decent laths.
Yeah, okay, it's in the middle now, so I'm just going to not put pressure on either side and allow it to run its own course until it veers off, and then I'll try and deflect it. There we go. I'll put it back in the middle. Okay, top side is a little bit thinner, so a bit of pressure on the bottom. Do everything very slowly as well. Okay, there you go, two reasonably good laths there in fact. A bit thicker at the bottom on that one, but just take the draw knife and take the sapwood off there and there, and they'll be good to go.